we tell you we were coming, David?
Yep.
No. I just realized that as I was on the stairs, like, I didn't.
It's okay. You're here. That's
We are here.
That's
I did not go on the wrong road.
That's helpful.
I heard of no one in my family being sick this morning. All those things.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Snow hasn't started yet.
Snow hasn't started.
That's good.
Woo! God. Was it choo 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 choo? Oh shoot! I had I had brought some heavy socks to wear for the form. Yeah, I'll go back out on our break. How's that?
Okay, well, I locked it, so
Okay.
give you keys.
That'll be helpful.
I'm kind of ready, I guess.
Hey, it takes a minute. Come
It
on.
takes a minute. I'm gonna run out and go to the bathroom. So
Sure.
we have a few minutes, right?
Yep.
Do we have anybody joined us yet?
Nope, not yet.
No Ricks yet.
No. Just close the door. I thought I'd leave the cats up there today.
Keep the door closed. Okay, I will do that. Oh, David, they're so.
Yeah, last time I was here, they just had one of them decided to climb up my leg.
I know, they're very cute and they love everybody, but, but. Hey, Carol.
I can see paws at the bottom of the stairs.
Actually,
Okay, kitties, I'm gonna have to work on you.
I thought about it
Yeah.
early on, and I forgot what nothing else was going on. And then it just totally
Well,
and I was feeling kind of weird.
yeah.
And I realized finally, oh, today was Thursday.
Well,
So
I missent the invitation for this week because it's not this week, it's next week.
Oh, well, that's good,
I know.
because tomorrow, John he's getting a tooth pulled,
Uh-huh.
and at 11, and the storm is supposed to be at its peak, so
You may not even be doing that.
we may not be doing that. So if we weren't, then connecting would be fine. So I was thinking, well, this is a makeup for the one we both missed.
No, I
Okay.
unfortunately my schedule doesn't allow that.
I didn't think so.
I sent an email to Linda this morning and told her that,
Okay.
so she doesn't show up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I guess.
Although didn't sound like she was going to make it anyway. So her cold is better though. So
Well, that's good.
yeah. So what else is happening? Anything good? How'd your stairs come out?
Stairs are great. They really look really good, and John is able to negotiate them.
Oh, good.
Did
you say Craig did that for you?
No,
Oh,
no, it was it's a guy. He's out of Voluntown.
oh.
Waiting room. You got both bills there.
What?
Both bills are in the waiting room. Right?
How did I didn't hear the first one.
Well, maybe it was. Oh. Bill, did you get the other bill?
Not yet.
Morning.
Good morning. Why do I have you pinned?
You're in speaker mode.
Yeah, there we go. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. And here's Mr. Bynum.
Hi,
And
Bill.
I have-
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. And I have both ladies here.
Ah, great.
Hey,
Hi,
here we
guys.
are.
They are here. They
We
really
are here, really, both of us. Kind
So,
of.
that wasn't what I meant to do.
Where are you heading after this?
Coffee. I am connecting up with Joanne McGloin, who I haven't seen in a long time, who got COVID over Christmas. And who I have a bunch of stuff that I picked up from her son when he was here because he couldn't see her. It's like today or Saturday.
Excuse me.
So, and then we're gonna go to the Florence Griswold, there's a indigenous perspective
Oh, really?
show that is ending this week that I've been wanting to get down to.
I hadn't even heard about that.
Yeah. So, a brief break between all the insanity. And then I'm back to it. By this afternoon I have a meeting.
We have no discussion about the
Nope,
insanity class.
No, said the girl, I walked out of it yesterday. Yeah. Just the breaks. And
It's hard not to.
it's hard not to, but we can. This is a good space not to.
Good. I guess it must be done. You're all here.
We're all here. Right, okay.
I love when the team show is like that.
Yes. Could you hear it well? We can hear it well here.
So, questions, comments? What's your awareness of mind-body connection?
I feel like it goes in and out. At least it goes in. I have those moments, and then I have another day, or I'll go, what? Where? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, part of that is just my own not being able to focus enough on it, to be honest, and wanting to. So, I think I maybe I said last time or whenever I was here last. Yeah, it's kind of gotten me to, do more thinking and more reading deeper into, it's really a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's really a different way of thinking. We know that, right? That's all I can do. Which all of this is, but I think there are times when and now is one where we need to, I need to put that thinking,
Bill or Bill?
I'm not even sure I know what to look for. I feel something occasionally, but I'm not sure it's mind-body connection.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a strange thing to think about. In some ways, my mind is observing my body, so it feels like it's not inside. If you know what I mean. It feels like it's not as integrated with the rest of my body as the rest of my body. It can see the integration, but uh, my mind feels more like an observer at this point than a full participant, I guess.
Mm.
That's a good comment, actually, because that's the beginning, is to be aware of the physical body, the first of the energetic bodies, which of course is both external and internal, but it's really, we are aware of it predominantly externally. Actually, we're going to work on that today. But I think that's a good, it's a good place to be. We need to start there. Carol, you start?
Well, I've been enjoying the standing scanning before I start. That and I start from the bottom up, and it enjoying it is the best word, I think.
Do you feel it helps you to be more present
Yes.
and aware?
Yeah. Well, certainly more present while I'm doing that. Sometimes when I start moving, I get distracted. Okay, I'm seeing that over there.
Yeah. So,
But though I do it mostly with my eyes closed, so I don't get so distracted by the visual.
I do too.
Yeah. That's going back to Bill's comment about sense that he's looking at it. And that the thing we have to remember is that we'd like to get past looking at it and feel it.
Yep.
Easier said than done.
Well, that's why I close my eyes, so my eyes are
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Engaging.
And that's the beginning of all the internal practices, really, is to be able to do it with the eyes closed. And only when you can do it fully closed are you able to do it fully with the eyes open. And so that's absolutely where you should be at this point. That can help you to really gradually have a full understanding and awareness of mind-body connection. So as I just said a minute ago, the first energy body is the physical body. And we also have to remember that all the energy bodies exist both internally and externally. So when you develop an awareness of the external, you also are affecting the internal. And gradually that awareness of the internal grows, obviously, as we continue to work on this. But the first step really is to be aware first of the physical body. And we went through these practices a few months ago. And I'm going back to them because that's what we need to do.
Good reason.
And I think it may help you. I mean, your practice and your awareness have grown over these months, and it will allow you to approach these practices, I think, a little more fully than when we first introduced them. So, that's it. Carol's leaving.
All right, thank you. Well, yeah. We're all full up now.
The drippy nose is annoying.
It's all right. There are Kleenex over here.
Yeah, but you have the lotion ones.
Ah.
Oh.
So how do you know that a person's mind is inside their body? It's kind of tricky, but we can try. And the first thing is you just want to have the sense of the shape of how your skin is in space to mimic what you want to be happening inside your body. So stand up. And start with the feet comfortably together. And use whole body movement to step out into your basic structure. And just stand and breathe and allow yourself to really become aware of where you are, aware of inside and outside. Endeavor to release any tension. Then choosing any posture in God's that you would like to do at the moment, just begin to flow into that posture. How do you become aware of all the skin on your body? You were aware previously of the top of your head and the extremities. Now you want to feel all the skin of your body. And from being aware of the skin of your body, can you now become aware of how the skin is interacting with your muscles? This is a way to start with your skin, front and back. Allow yourself to come to stillness and just stand again. And feel the difference. What do you feel now that you did not before? You can stand as long as you like, but at some point begin a full flow of God's. Now, as you bend forward, you're definitely engaging your muscles more. So how do you get the way the skin feels to interact with the muscles so that they don't have any intrinsic resistance to each other? Because this is your physicality. do with your physicality is teaching you about what your body is agreeing to do and what it is not agreeing to do. This is because the body has wisdom. And it will have the wisdom to tell you when to do things that are good for you and when not to do things that are not good for you. This is the Taoist first energy body. It's not your emotions, not your thoughts or your karma. This is just your body. The biggest thing you're looking for is that your skin and your muscles are not having resistance to what you are doing. can you tell if your own body is going along with what you're doing? Or is it trying to tell you not to do it? It says something about how you have to shift something in what you're practicing or where you're practicing. And you wanted to have clear feedback of what your body is telling you is actually going on. nice to have real people here.
Not just look at us all.
um,
It was nice to be here.
Yeah.
Without the clutter of what I would see if I did open my eyes. And no responsibility for it.
Right.
right.
That's right.
So there are advantages.
Yes, to
coming
be in
here.
those spaces. That's right.
So how was that? What did you feel? Or not?
Well, one thing after the first set, I did 5, and then you said to check and see how you felt, and I was almost dizzy, and then this is not probably what we want to do, but then I realized 5 is bringing the energy up and up and up, and I didn't have 6 to bring it down again.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, there's down in 5, but okay. I think that's probably what's going on there.
And 4 too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I wasn't. It was just doing 5.
Yeah.
Oh, at the
And then-
beginning. Yeah,
at
yeah. I
the
heard
very
you
end,
saying. Yeah,
just
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
Right, and then yeah.
and so we didn't have the balance. So
Yeah.
that was,
Well, that was a
okay.
good awareness.
Yeah, I was. Come on, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to feel
In this
worse.
case,
after
it's
this.
Well,
That's a lesson to
the good thing is that you were clearly actually getting the energy to come up.
Yes.
So that's a positive,
That is a
actually.
positive. That is a positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And during the full flow, my back started to be a little uncomfortable with 3, and I gotta pull that. I can't go over to the side as much.
Good.
But it continued to be uncomfortable with 4. And it got and I eventually brought him out, my arms out further,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fine with 5, or it had dissipated.
Yeah.
So it's, what's the disconnect there? And 3 and 4.
I found that beginning a little bit a few times, and I felt like it was a combination of kind of what I was thinking and what David was saying. It made me realize I was holding it too stiff. I was paying too much attention to the muscles as opposed to just kind of like let them be there. Do what they need to do, and you don't need to be. That was for me anyway. Holding it stiff. So I felt this time was really good, and I felt that I also tried to concentrate more on my feet because I concentrate too much on my on my head and my mind in here. So as you were talking about starting from your feet, and that was really grounding, and really by the end, just as I sat down, I just kind of felt like things were tingling, that my skin and my muscles were really in sync, that there really was a connection there that I don't often feel, So, and I was able to, I think, because of the kind of the guidance of really trying to feel. It also helped that I just did come out of the shower before I got in the car. So you're a little, you're like just aware of your body and your skin.
Yeah,
I think in a
yeah.
different way after you've had to dry off,
Mm-hmm.
So, so I feel like I was able to really feel the whole body.
Good. Bill and Bill?
When you started talking about awareness of your skin and then connecting with muscles. I focused on twisting and when I did that we did just the one posture of our choice, sort of as a warm up, and I'd started doing that there. So I this was it was great. the twisting and connection with the muscle just started feeling like a rhythm with the breathing. And I think in terms of twisting, that was one of the better practices or
Mm.
iterations in terms of feeling that I've done. So
Good. Good.
Yeah, I think I had a good session this morning. For the most part, I was able not to pay attention to individual things inside the postures. Um, it just became one thing, um, which I was sort of imagining uh, followed the shape of my body, i.e., skin. Um, so that's what I was focused on. I would say that most of the practice is is going at in a way that I don't have to adjust and think my way through a whole lot, with the exception of 7, in which the head rotation is going very nicely now for me, I think. But my body is still not integrated. Um, so that's lagging in that posture.
Uh-huh. Good. Yeah, it was um, interesting to watch what you were all doing today, and because, well, I could see the ladies here much more clearly and in much greater detail than I can on the Zoom. So that was really helpful, and um, it made me aware of the progress that you have made. There was a real sense of focus and intention and clarity about what you were trying to do. I think that there were two things that sort of general things that I wanted to mention, and that because it does affect the movement of the energy. The first one is not to let the body get stuck anywhere. So from time to time, and it was different with each of you in different postures, but sometimes the body would get clear up and the arms would keep moving separately, or the reverse. And that's what of course I thought of was Wu Yujiang's basic principle that if one part moves, all parts move, and if any part is still, all parts are still. So there's just a reminder that we need to try to get that part of the coordination together. The other thing I was going to mention is not to let the hands come into the center when you mean the energy to be moving through the side channels. So in other words, not here when you actually mean to be here, because it changes what you will do and what you will feel. I saw that, for instance, in 3. There's a little tendency to get the hands into here and then to open them out and then to come back into here rather than into here. So they're still in the sidelines, and then they go out. So you're not coming into the center and
Right.
out, but rather drawing in, pulling in, and pushing out,
And not crossing.
and not crossing. Yeah. Yeah. But those are things that all of you can work on. That was not directed just at the ladies who are in my
Right.
clearer eyesight.
I think I'm most aware of that in 4 too.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're now our hands are, yeah. Going down the, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that what's going on that makes my back
Oh.
conscious of it, that I'm
Could be.
pulling it in rather than it needs to stay out here?
Right, I think I am pulling it in too. Yeah. Right, because yeah, that's going to affect your scapula.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
it's down here.
Oh, it's down
not
there.
up there. But,
The other thing, of course, is to think about dissolving.
yeah, that crossed my mind,
Yeah.
but not enough
To do it. That's work. Yeah.
So, just a couple more
Yeah.
comments about this. If you think about all those little places in your muscles and your skin that are tough spots, they could be showing you what's not doing what it should be. But it's more than just that. Something needs to be adjusted so that the chi flow inside you is not resisting what you're doing, so it becomes smooth. And this is what you're looking for in gods when you look at the first energy body, the body of your physicality. And you want to try and incorporate this into your practice. You want to make sure that you can tell if your body is agreeing with what you are doing or it is not. It is saying it is in some subtle way. This technique, this requires some kind of an adjustment. So, just a couple more thoughts. Any other God's issues, particularly at the moment? So I thought one of the things that I will say 7 is improving.
The look on his face. What are you trying to tell us, David?
I think one of the things about that particular practice is that you want to make sure that you don't, one of the things is to make sure that you don't allow there to be any collapse at any point. So in other words, there is this rotation that certainly is bending here and extending here, but it is not collapsing into that side. So you have to keep the structure. And that, one of the things that happens is when you collapse, the weight shifts. When you don't collapse, there's a very tiny subtle adjustment of the weight but you are saying basically centered. So really being careful about not allowing the body to collapse there. And the other thing too to remember is that like all the other movements, the center of the movement isn't here. Even though we have put a lot of pressure and intention into the head, the movement is actually centered here, even though the head is neck is also rotating. So not letting yourself get into allowing the neck or the upper body to lead that movement. It's very easy to do in 7.
Or not move the neck at all.
But the neck has to move.
Yeah, I know.
I think the thing I would say is I'm still working on 7, and I think everybody does. It is so different and at first counterintuitive to what we've been doing before that it's a real adjustment. And so you're all making progress. Don't feel that you aren't. You are. It just takes a while. Is my so. Anybody have any other questions about 7, particularly in there at the moment?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think the thing that makes, or at least one of the things that makes 7 difficult for me is that we aren't rotating our hips, so that it's not the whole body movement. And what I was aware, and especially today, is when I was focusing, as I said, on the twisting after your comments initially, is when I get to 7, my arms and legs aren't doing much, but if I just relax into it and then I start having twisting in my arms and then in my legs that just kind of occurs naturally. But could you talk a little bit about twisting in directions? It feels like the arms are going in different directions uh, as you go through that, and maybe the legs also. So.
They are. One is twisting in, one is twisting out. That's absolutely correct. And one of the things to remember is that eventually, maybe not right away, certainly, but you can be doing twisting and have it cause significant movement. And you can also have the twisting occur the same amount inside the body, but not outside. So the legs are never going to move the way the arms do because they're attached at the ground and at your hips. And so when the hips are not moving, as they aren't here, basically, then the twisting is very internal in the legs, and actually ultimately is very powerful in the legs. And indeed, somebody said about relaxing, that really, I mean, if you try to make the twisting happen, you just stiffen up and get in the way of yourself.
The legs are doing the same as the arms are doing.
Yes, they are.
Alternate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. So it really is whoever said that about, maybe it was Bill, said about relaxing into it. That's really important. Not collapsing, but relaxing. And it's true. It's true all the way through.
Yes.
And it's true in the Wu style also. So other questions or thoughts? So did that answer your question, Bill?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good work, everyone. Yeah.
Good.
So try
Okay,
this
thanks.
practice this week.
Yep.
Very good. See you next week.
See you
Yep.
next
Next
week.
week,
Everyone.
hopefully.
Yep.
So, you wanna go get your shoes?
Yeah, maybe I'll go get, yeah, I just don't find I can, I can do the flow with any kind of clog on. Just can't, I tried it once here and, so I brought some extra heavy socks, so I'll run
Sure, absolutely.
and, get them.
Good.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes, Carol.
Oh, and number 3,
Yeah, okay.
there was various mention about where the weight is on the feet,
Yes.
and I'm not clear of that, of what.
Yeah, it's not nice out there. So, when you get to this point, here,
To
David,
the side.
where do you think the weight is?
Well, it's on the right foot.
Okay, and is it in the toe or in the heel?
My inclination is to put it in the heel.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And then, centered.
And then that reverses.
So, yeah. So I'm wanting it in the heel here and the toe there.
Yes,
Is that?
that's correct.
That's correct. Okay.
That's correct. Good. Your 3, I thought, was particularly good, with the exception I felt the hands
Too
came a
close.
little too far
So-
into the center.
That, I wonder if that's what's contributing to my back.
Could be. And also, I found really being aware of not over rotating or trying to reach across with the arms. But I don't think you were doing that. I didn't. It was not.
Let's put them right away into the purse.
Okay, so you don't lose them.
We get
Yeah.
out to the car and say, what's going
What
on?
did I do with
Where's
those?
my key?
Yeah, I have one pocket in my backpack. If I don't put it back in there.
Uh-oh.
Once I put them in a raincoat pocket, but the raincoat has 4 pockets, like
Oh.
this way and that way, and then I had something under it, and oh my God, I was saying, all these people waiting for me. I'm like, oh, no. The kids went back in the building, and there they were in my pocket. All right, let's see if we can keep warm feet here, huh?
Okay, next week I won't be able to come out here. I have an 11:15 appointment in Norwich, so
Okay.
that's a little tight.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
tight. Yep. All right.
Maybe very tight.
Yeah. Okay.
You probably could make it.
Not if we did much of anything here in Woo, and what's kind of the point of coming out a little? And well, except
Well-
that
Well, I mean, I
God's
can make
is
it
much
home by
better.
about 11:15 if we leave exactly here at 10:30. But yeah, but it's
Well, I used to, because I drove to class every week
yeah. You used to go to
for a long time,
a couple places there, right?
and I was 28 minutes.
You get down to it, right? I was this morning. I got behind somebody who, for some reason, decided to drive about 15 miles an hour before
Oh.
they had to make a turn. For quite a while before they had to make a turn. It's like, oh, come on. that's getting dangerous, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, looking for the turn, perhaps.
Maybe. Wasn't that hard?
Yeah, I drove right past the place we were parking. And said,
Uh-huh.
Was.
I had looked on the map.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going south after this on 156, so I didn't want to park at 4 corners and then have to
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure where I could, so we were in the, what is it, the Chapel Brook something or other. There's a little park. There's a little, like a place for maybe 6 cars for in a path that's a hiking trail, right after the Hop Yard. So right after the turn you'd make on Hop Yard on the left. Not far. It was right there, really. Yeah, I just didn't want to leave the car somewhere where it would be questioned or hauled off. Or
Well, that's a good idea.
that's that's like, yeah, it'd be easier to go back. But anyway, I have to meet up with somebody and give her her stuff and yada yada. So then I'll have to drive around in too many circles.
So you're going down to?
I'll go down 156
Lime?
to Lime, yeah. I'll try to grab some lunch and go to the museum and give her her son's Christmas stuff, my Christmas stuff. Yeah, she had COVID, so, life was upside down and backwards, so.
I'd tell you the shortcut, but maybe you don't. Maybe I shouldn't.
Down there. 156 is a very pretty road. I've not on it that long.
Oh yeah. No,
Beautiful, so, yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, I don't need to. Yeah, I'll be fine. There's not a rush on that.
Good.
Rush getting back home at the end, but that's that's life.
So, how we went through Wave Hands?
Oh, God only knows.
I know, it's been so long. I know, I have not practiced this at all this week. And what little I have, it's been
Yeah.
odds.
I think we had gone up through Wave
I
Hands.
think you're right.
So, why don't you stand up and float up?
Try to do that.
You just do the second paragraph and then, unless you have a need to do the first paragraph first.
I haven't done that in a while, but sometimes I go back on it just to remind myself not to.
Yeah. I did the third paragraph this week at one point.
Oh, I haven't
just
done that in a while.
I said, I should,
I generally, when I do it, I try to do the whole thing. Or
You do?
sometimes I
That's
do the
great.
short form. Just
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have been going to the first and then the second, and then I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago I got them. Somehow I blended them. And then suddenly you go, no, this is just really not working.
Okay.
How do we want to do
So,
this? Yeah, this way
face up
maybe
front.
is. Does this make sense?
Either way.
Either way?
It doesn't
Facing
matter
David?
to me.
You like facing that one? Oh, yeah, right. That's right.
If
This is the front. And we're starting on the side. Yeah, I'll be fine, I'm sure. Maybe not. We'll try, right?
Okay, yeah. Left hand.
I've got the first and the second one totally.
Yeah.
Right?
down and under, and then wave hands.
You're stopping it right here.
Yeah. Well, that was a mess for me. It got off. I mean, once I got off at the beginning, and then I felt like it was the exact opposite of what I had done in God's, right? Like I even like lost balance at one point. It was kind of like, ooh, I can't get. And I stopped a few times, knowing I shouldn't be, but I was just trying to readjust.
That's okay.
Recalibrate the body.
Well, it's a change. You know, we're working with a different focus, and now.
Right. And I have not done this in over a week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you start here, okay, are we second or third paragraph?
Well, or
Yeah.
right. There was
The
one
same
point I
place?
was like going
Yeah.
first, and then I mean,
Which way are we doing? Which one are we doing here?
which one are we doing? Yeah, right. And where's Anyway, but David will try to set
One
it straight
thing I
here.
was going to say is fist under elbow.
Yep.
So that comes after you've done lift hand.
Yeah.
And you're going back around, and that completes when you get turned to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, I
looked to
was
me
very-
like-
Mine was mushy.
Yeah, mine was. I'll take that. I'll take that word.
I think they were both mushy. Yeah. So this is here, and the sense is that both fists are in the center.
Oh, really?
They're not crossing the
Not
center
really
line.
under.
Not here. This is not. We're not actually. Yeah.
Under. We're not actually under. Yeah.
No.
See, I do that. I tend to do that.
Yeah.
You noticed. Okay.
In all of the follow and focus.
Before you go on,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Can we follow that, Tom?
Can we follow this one through till we get over
And
to
then
that?
back and around.
We get to here, and then the hands cross as you step around, and you turn, and the remember you're doing focus here, so it's at
Yep.
the throat
Yeah.
level,
Yeah.
and
And
then
then-
as you rotate and shift the weight into the right foot. The left hand rises, the right sinks
Yeah.
slightly, and you step, and then you go into fist under.
Repulse.
I mean,
Repulse
repulse
monkey.
monkey.
Yeah.
Did that answer?
Yes. Yes. Well, so that right here, and then there's a kind of a swelling.
No, there's a twisting in.
Or-
So this is actually a twisting out.
Okay.
Let's see, we've got here.
And then
So notice that
Yeah. Right.
I've got to get to where I'm doing the right thing here. Sorry. Yeah. So you're coming around and into fist under elbow, and then this is coming further in here as you turn, and then goes out.
Okay.
Okay.
So every posture has an in and an out
Yeah.
at least once.
Yeah.
And sometimes more. um, I started to say, when you do follow and focus, remember that first that in continues for a moment after the toe touches before you have the out. So it's not out, but rather when you've gotten to here, it's it's out, in, out. So the follow has an in, has an out and an in, and focus has a further in and then an out, and they're all small.
Right. This is being recorded.
Yes, it is, and it's not a big movement.
No, it's not. You're right. Yeah. So it's too easy to
Just yeah.
Slide it in.
slide it. Slide is
Yeah.
the big word.
Yeah. Wave hands.
Mm.
Probably the. So to hear, my feeling was that you did pretty well with down and under.
Mhm.
From this point, because down and under is up. You've risen a little into that. So you have a sinking and rotating, which brings you to approximately this point where you instead of
Do you want to be over here where you
I
can
know.
see
I'm. Thank you.
Well, I'll just back up here.
I'm
No.
backwards and
I
trying
could
to
move
read
too,
over.
I'm sorry.
trying to. Yeah, that's okay.
Just-
I know. I was kind of like, what is going?
so one of the things there is that we've gone from into really two spheres that we were obviously working with, and now we've consolidated into one. And you want to use that rotation and sinking to do the step also. And then you're rotating and expanding out. And then you're rotating and twisting in. And notice that basically as much as you can, you're just continuing that movement. So in other words, what I was seeing was a tendency to shift back and forth through that multiple times.
Each time, yeah.
So
So I want to watch. I know.
Okay. So if you're doing it, you're just keeping the movement going from side to side as much as you can. There's that one shift in the center.
But I'm doing this in this. I'm doing too
Yeah,
much
and
of
also there was this and this.
Yeah.
And it's just large, small, large,
Okay. Yeah.
small. And if you can get on the when you come from the right to the left, if you can come back to this position when you step, then you have time to keep the ball rolling. Because one of the ideas is that this ball never stops turning.
Right.
It keeps rotating all the time. So there's no point where you just hold the ball and maybe expand it but not rotate it. Yeah. So one of the things too is that ideally each time you are stepping with the left and then rotating back, and this rotation is this is that weird
Yeah.
rotation of this leg, in that you go toe heel,
Okay.
and when you come back, you turn on the heel and you turn the toe in, which allows you to step to the side with this one and shift onto it and back.
So it's
toe, heel,
Yep.
back. Yeah. Nothing to it.
Right, as soon as I got the feet, my hands got lost.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yes, but once you get the feet.
Once you get the feet, I'll get back to the heels. That's
Yeah.
not the problem. But
So-
I knew that
So, yeah, working on the feet is a good idea if you're not
and then it's, okay. Yep. See, I couldn't have done that clogs.
but that's better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better. Feel my feet. Okay, yeah, no, that's good.
You want to try that much of the second paragraph again?
That much being what we just did,
Yeah.
or tried to do.
Do you want to be on?
I'm okay here for this, thanks. I was just, while I was trying to.
Yes.
I was trying to learn to David over my shoulder.
No, you can't see what he's doing with your back to him.
It is difficult.
Some
We don't have
days
the
it's-
mirrors anymore.
Some days I'm more on it than
Sometimes the
others.
mirror doesn't help.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
just a. What?
It's funny
Most of the time I do,
how
actually.
either the mirrors themselves or me mirroring the person's movement, both of those things work for some people but not for others.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get used to the mirrors and
Yeah.
and that, yeah.
Well, you have to be willing to look at yourself.
Well, that was a big part of it. It was great starting off at Park Church and not having any of that. And then suddenly we're in Colchester with mirrors. I'm like, oh God.
Oh well.
Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll get over it. Sort of close our eyes too. Okay.
Yes. On focus, at least.
Unfocused, that's right.
Definitely need some more follow and focus, need to go back over that.
Yeah.
I slid. I knew I was sliding. At least this time I was more aware of what I wasn't doing right. And I think I might have even done a few more things right.
Of course.
But,
One thing I was going to say is in doing play pipa, that you are coming in, and then you're opening. You're not spreading apart.
I do spread, don't I?
Yep. So it's
Yeah.
not pull apart. It's open the joints. So what you're doing energetically.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you sit, follow, and focus. So, doesn't matter where we are.
No.
um,
A lot of it. Yep. I mean, yeah, this is one I'll have to go back over.
Does that do you understand what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's more of just incorporating all of the things I knew I needed to correct.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, okay, I know I'm not doing this. I think I'm kind of sliding here.
And you'd think there's so many of them that there's so many opportunities to do it right.
That's right, but each time I was
There's
like,
so many
maybe a little
opportunities
better.
to do it wrong.
Is that a little better, a little worse? I don't know.
The other thing, and you may want to come over here.
Yeah, okay.
Is in wave hands, the position of the hands in the center is not the same from both sides. So what I'm saying is that when you're going to rotate to the left, that at the point at which you have come in as far as you're going, the right hand is higher than the left hand. So that you have the time here to do the shift out and in. When you're going to the right, they do come just to the center, because all you're doing is shifting a little and rotating, shifting the weight from one foot to the other and rotating. But when you come back to here, you want the right hand to be higher than the left again, so you have time to make this step and keep the ball
that.
turning.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's different on each side.
Yes.
Going to the right, you're just doing a simple rotating.
Yeah.
But here you have the shift and step and rotate.
Yeah. Yeah.
More?
If there are more things you want to correct in that,
I think that's enough.
but I think I don't want to go beyond that at this point. I want to be able to feel like I can practice this and kind of get a handle on it. Yeah.
I think that's enough. I mean, to try to cram too much.
Yeah, no, it's counterproductive actually, because then you're like, oh my god, I can't get all that done, as opposed to I can get this done.
Yeah.
I can work on this.
Do either of you have further questions?
I don't think so at this point.
Yeah,
It's
still mushy.
But
But it's just, I need to.
you feel that you know what you want to do?
Yeah, see, I was really doing fist under elbow, so.
Yeah.
Well, from some
I don't
angles,
have
it
to-
looks like your fist is under your elbow.
Yeah.
Right, but
watching
I
it.
was really moving, yes, more, too tight, I'm sure.
And the problem, one of the problems with that one is that I should do it facing you, not going the other way. Is getting do it right, David. Is getting the fact that you have twisting in and twisting out. And this is a case where you twist in with the little finger edge and you twist out with the thumb edge.
Yeah.
You shift in the middle.
So it's still the same.
It's still the same turn, but it's a different
I
twisting.
gotcha. Yeah, I understand. Right.
And so you come in and out. It's sort of this, in a way, it's not the same. I won't go there. Never mind. Too much information.
Well, I got you so far. Yeah, you haven't
Good.
lost me.
No, you guys are great.
Am I on the right feet?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, it was on the. Is there a step in there? No.
Well, you know, it depends. I have really lost some flexibility in my hip, partially from the sciatica attack I had.
yeah.
I haven't completely recovered, but I think even
Yeah.
maybe before that. So the problem is that you get to this point, and the ideal is, and I'll move my feet a little in order to do it, is that you step clear back here, and now you're in position, the right foot forward. But if you need to step it out, that's just fine.
Okay.
That's just fine. But yeah, it's just
Mushy moments.
Yeah, I
I know
know.
how to do this, don't I?
I know, yeah. And like, what? Sometimes you're doubting yourself and you don't need to, and sometimes you need to. Sometimes you're very aware of.
Oh, well, it's always good to check.
Well, it is always good to check, but it's good to get past that point where we have to check.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of part of what people are saying in college, right? It's like, oh, I didn't have to think about that, but I knew I was doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Thank you. Good to be here. We'll
Really?
try in a couple weeks.
Oh, I love having you here.
Yeah.
So what time is it now?
10:30.
Just a little after 10:30, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
after
2 weeks, 10:34.
Yeah. 35. So, not too good.
Think about whether I'm.
Well, whether you're willing to kind of, we'd have to be a little more aware
have
of
to be-
leaving here
make
by
sure at
10:30
10:30, yeah,
if you do next week. Let me know. I think I'm taking it hour by hour these days. It's just like,
No kidding.
besides the world, I've got a furnace that's gone out at the Salem farm, and
Oh,
no.
jeez.
they want to get it done quickly, but that means more oil, and we want to kind of try to transition to something that will work with solar at some point. So, and this is not my bailiwick, so I am like, thankfully I've got a consultant with Co-op Power, and I'm on the, I'm emailing the person who did it out in Volleytown and this and that, and then the farmers are like, and we're like, okay, like we need to kind of reduce our anxiety by saying, yep, your electric bill's huge, we'll help you cover that we shouldn't get oil just because to save a few $100s the next 2 months. You know what I mean?
You have the opportunity.
We've done it at our own house. We've done it out at Volleytown. The propane tank went, and I'm like, I cannot demonstrate against fracking. Go use frack gas. So we put in an HVAC system, and we're putting in solar.
Oh, wow.
So we had a $25,000 donation from someone when they passed. So that was like, you don't pay just bills with that. You do
No.
something that is
Yep.
along with their values. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, but it's just that stressor on top of we're invading Gaza or whatever.
Oh, God.
I just like, what? Like yeah, okay, I'll go into it. But yeah, like.
Are you serious?